Hey yo, I'm the MMA loser and I'm back with another video. And before I start the video, I would request you guys to watch this video at 2 times the speed so that you can watch it and have a better experience. I'm a bit sick, dude. Okay, look, uh, I want to talk about the UFC welterweight division. As you might have seen the thumbnail, who's going to fight Leon Edwards next? Leon Edwards, the current UFC welterweight champion, has said that he's not interested in fighting against uh, the most deserving contender in the welterweight division right now. That is Belal. And I don't know. I do not agree with his decision of not fighting against Belal because Belal, I believe, is on a 9-fight winning streak. In my previous video, where I did a recap of UFC 296, I mentioned that Belal should fight with Leon next. Apart from Belal right now, I do not see anyone else making any kind of claim to the welterweight championship, challenging Leon. Look, this is the welterweight rankings. Kamaru is still ranked number one. He recently lost against Hamzat in middleweight. Look, Kamaru versus Leon for the fourth time. I don't want to see that. Belal is ranked number two. Kobe just lost to Leon. Shavkat is ranked number three. Of course, the UFC might give the opportunity to Shavkat, which I think is kind of fair, but still, I believe Belal deserves it. I'm not exactly a big fan of Belal or anything. I've only watched probably two fights of Belal. I've only watched one fight of Belal live, which was against Gilbert Burns. Apart from that, I don't know if I've ever seen a Belal fight. Yeah, that's how. And I watch a lot of UFC. A lot of people have never seen Belal fighting live. They might have seen his highlights. They might have seen him fight. Like I've seen his videos on YouTube and whatnot. But you get my point. Uh, that Belal is not exactly a marketable character. So, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve a title shot at this point of time. He's already 35 years old. There's a good chance, like according to the logistics, according to the uh, statistics and numbers, most UFC champions are below 30 or below 35. After 35, people really cannot become champions until unless they're in the heavyweight or light heavyweight division. Like Glover probably became a champion when he was, I believe, 42 or 40. I'm not exactly sure. And I think Randy Couture probably became a champion in 40 as well. And that was in the heavyweight or light heavyweight division. Those are the heavyweight classes where you don't exactly need a lot of technique, especially at heavyweight. You need more power, and power is probably the last thing to leave. We saw in the case of Josh Emmett against Bryce Mitchell. For Belal, I believe he's on like a crazy win streak, dude. He's on a crazy win streak. He has defeated Vincente Luque, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and Sean Brady. And who else? Gilbert Burns. I believe all four of them are currently in the top 10 of the welterweight division. So Gilbert Burns is game. Vicente Luque again, a really dangerous opponent. Stephen Thompson again, he's good. We all know that. Of course, Shavkat made him look like he doesn't belong in there, but that's Shavkat for you. He's really really good. And I don't know who else. Who did he defeat? Luque, Burns, Thompson, and Brady. And again, we saw Sean Brady how good he fought against Calvin Gastelum. Belal just shut him down in round two, finished him. I mean, of course, Belal lacked the finishing ability in most of his fights. He could not finish Gilbert Burns, even though Gilbert Burns had a broken hand or a broken shoulder or something. I don't know. In that fight, he got really badly injured and he could not fight properly. And still, Belal could not finish him. So that's a problem with Belal. I mean, I understand if you're the UFC, you do not want a champion or you do not want a challenger who cannot really sell fights. He doesn't really have the personality to be of someone selling fights. There's a good chance people will not buy the pay-per-view, but I still want to see him fight for the title. He kind of deserves it. And if Shavkat becomes a champion, and if they do not give it to him, are they going to give it to Makachev? I think Makachev will destroy Leon. I think Makachev defeats Leon. I don't know if it will be a close fight, but I think Makachev will defeat Leon. I'm not going to bet against Makachev if I was a betting man. I don't bet. So I'm not going to bet against Makachev. I'm always going to go for him with him. And Makachev might do it. The UFC might give Makachev a title shot. If they want to give to him, I'm all for it. Because Leon is making a lot of excuses. He's making a lot of this and that, saying, you know what, Belal doesn't deserve it. Belal is this. I was on a 10-fight winning streak. Well, I'll tell you the names that Leon Edwards defeated before he fought against Kamaru Usman for the title. He defeated Nate Diaz, RDA, Gunnar Nelson, Brian Barberina. Those are not the names that you want to have in your resume. RDA, of course, a former champion, but we all know RDA was never really the best in the welterweight division. All the people that Kobe defeated, Leon pretty much defeated the same people, apart from that Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz was the biggest name that Leon Edwards probably defeated, apart from RDA. Of course, RDA was skill-wise probably better than Nate, but you get my point. And he got rocked by Nate Diaz. He got rocked by Nate Diaz in the last minute of his fight against him for 5 rounds. And then after he gets his title shot, he becomes the champion. Now he's just being a hypocrite and saying that Belal doesn't deserve it because he's not entertaining. Did we forget that Leon Edwards did not have a finish? Like for 4 years or 5 years, he went without a finish, and he could not finish Kamaru Usman, and he could not finish Kobe Covington in that fight. After all the shit talking that Kobe did against his father, all the hate that he has against Kobe, he could not channelize it, and he went for a decision win against Kobe Covington. He could not knock him out. Come on. And then you have the audacity to just go out there and say that Belal doesn't deserve it. Look, I'm not a Belal fan. I'm not a fan of this guy. I probably do not agree with most of the things he does and says. But if we're just talking about fighting, the dude is on a crazy he has defeated crazy 4-5 good competitors. Vicente Luque, then Gilbert Burns, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and Sean Brady. He defeated Sean Brady, who was undefeated. And we recently saw how Sean Brady just dominated Kelvin Gastelum and finished him with a Kimura. Who has ever done that to Kelvin Gastelum? And Belal just finished Sean Brady in second round. He destroyed him. So you need to put this into context. A lot of people may not like him. I don't like Belal either, but he deserves a title shot at this point of time. It's really weird that I have to campaign for Belal. Like people like me, MMA Guru, then there are so many other YouTubers who probably don't even like Belal, but still everybody is campaigning for Belal to fight for the welterweight title because he's already 35. Look, you feel like Belal cannot defeat Leon? Okay, I agree with you. I'll probably go for Leon in that fight against Belal. I'll probably choose Leon to win against Belal. But the thing is, give him an opportunity. He deserves an opportunity. Now, if not Belal, then who? If not Belal, then I would say this man, Shavkat Rakhmonov. He kind of deserves the title shot. But the thing is, if you give it to Shavkat, I don't see Belal defeating Shavkat. Belal, by the time this fight takes place, it'll probably be mid next year. I would say middle of next year. This is maybe at least, let's just say 6 months. Let's be conservative and let's say 6 months. At least 6 months till Leon accepts a fight. There is a good chance he won't fight after 6 months. After 6 months, Belal will probably be 36 years old. And in welterweight, we already saw what happened to Kobe. He's 35. And I don't know, man. I kind of feel bad for that dude. Not exactly in that context, but I mean, look, if not Belal, then give Leon to Shavkat Rakhmonov. I don't know who Leon wants to fight. He was saying in that interview, like in a post-fight interview, that there are other options. Who is the other option? His other option is Shavkat. Does he want to fight Shavkat? If I was Leon, I would probably opt for Belal. I mean, Shavkat, on the other hand, I believe he is more, I don't know. I just want to say he's younger than Leon. He is hungry. He will find a way to win. And of course, Shavkat is injured, man. I think he has a broken ankle or a broken hand. I think he's a broken ankle because of which he could not strike with Wonderboy. Look, it's a good thing that he did not strike with Wonderboy, because if you'd have decided to strike with Wonderboy, I'm not saying that Shavkat would have lost. I think he would have still won, but that would have been a closer fight. And then probably people would have doubted him. You know what? He could not finish a 40-year-old Wonderboy. A lot of people say that was a boring fight. I don't care. I don't give two jack about those people who say that was a boring fight. Maybe it was boring, but that's how you win a fight. He has a 18-0 record. He has 18 wins and no losses, and all 18 of them were finishes. That's how good this fighter is. He's the best. That's more important, that he finishes his opponents. It's really weird that people have a problem with Belal and Leon for not finishing their fights, especially Belal at this point of time. Belal remembered the decision. I see a lot of this memes and stuff, but come on, the dude at least deserves it. If not that, Shavkat is already injured. I think he'll probably take 6, 8 months. I think Shavkat for now, either Belal or Shavkat, make Shavkat the backup for that fight. And the winner of that fight between Leon and Belal, I think Leon is going to win that fight. I'm not going to say it's, yeah, Belal definitely has a chance against him, but I'm going to go for Leon in that fight. But still, the winner of that fight should fight against Shavkat. They should defend against Shavkat. He's young. The UFC should use him. Of course, he doesn't talk a lot of smack. He doesn't talk a lot of. He doesn't speak English. But hey, the dude is entertaining. He finishes fights. If you are that dominant, if you really finish your opponents, all your opponents, then everybody is going to respect it. Everybody is going to want to watch you. I mean, of course, there are people who do not really speak proper English, but they are somehow entertaining, like Habib and Islam and Habib and Islam Makachev and what else? Who else is there? I believe Hamzat is a bit like that, but Hamzat has learned how to speak in English. But those guys, they're at least a little bit vocal. I mean, Habib has mostly been respectful, and even Makachev has been fairly respectful. Hamzat, of course, he talks a lot of smack. He talks a lot of stuff, but of course, but none of them, like all three of them, doesn't have 100% finishing record. But this guy does. He's undefeated, and he finished all his opponents. He deserves a title shot. In my opinion, he currently deserves a title shot. Let me take a look at the welterweight rankings once again. Who's there? Okay. Look, Shavkat is ranked number 3. I don't know who's going to fight. You can put Shavkat against Kamaru Usman. Look, he has already defeated Thompson. I mean, of course, you can put him against Gilbert Burns. I don't think he and Gilbert are going to fight because they train in the same gym, and Gilbert is probably his jiu-jitsu coach. So I don't think Gilbert is going to fight against him. At Killcliff and Henry Hoof. Yeah, Henry Hoof's place. Look, Belal versus Shavkat doesn't make any sense. Look, then you have to make Leon versus Makachev. That'll be Makachev's opportunity for double champ. I want to see Makachev versus Justin Gaethje, Ivan Ali Abdelaziz, their manager. I want Justin Gaethje to fight against Makachev because Justin Gaethje deserves it. And Justin has already said that this is going to be his last title shot, which is fair. If he loses to Makachev, he's going to probably retire, which is, I think, the right decision for him because there's no point of fighting against Poirier and, I don't know, Chandler, because Sarukian is a dangerous opponent. I think Makachev versus Justin Gaethje makes the most amount of sense. I know Oliveira is in there, but come on, he has already defeated Oliveira. I do not want to see that. A lot of people want to see it, but I think he will defeat Oliveira once again. There's a good chance he will defeat Justin Gaethje as well. I'm not saying because I'm a hardcore fan or anything, but it's just their styles. It's just what I've seen from him, the confidence that he has, and it's just it's like the style of fighting. Style makes matchups. His style is just better than all of theirs. But him versus Leon Edwards will be an interesting fight. It will be interesting to see because Leon, for the last couple of fights, has been defending a good amount of takedowns. But still, I want to see Leon because he has defeated only Kobe Covington, and he has defeated 2 of the best welterweights in the division. Kobe, who was considered to be the number 2, the second best welterweight in the planet when Kamaru was champion, he defeated him in a 5-round fight where he dominated for most of the rounds. And he defeated Kamaru Usman, knocked him out. And in his third fight, he defeated him probably by a unanimous decision, if I'm not mistaken. But you get my point. Him versus Belal makes the most amount of sense. I'm just going to say it out there. A lot of people might not like it, but I'm just going to say it out there. I want to see I don't want to see Kamaru Usman, but rather I think Kamaru Usman is probably enjoying life. And from what I've heard from a lot of YouTubers, like a lot of other MMA fighters, they're saying that Kamaru is just relaxing. He's spending time with his family and friends and whatnot. And I think he deserves it. He has been a world champion. He's not going to become a world champion again. He's already, 36, 38 years old. Who knows? He's older than Covington, so he's probably 36, 37. He needs to retire soon. And let that man enjoy his life, dude. For now, I think Shavkat versus Kamaru, if you want to make it happen, kind of makes sense. But this man, Belal, right here, deserves the welterweight title shot. If not, look, I've given you 3 opportunities. If not him, then Makachev. I do not want to see Leon fighting in the middleweight division. I don't think he deserves a shot at the middleweight division because we've got Dricus du Plessis, we've got Hamzat in there. We've also got who else is there? we've got quite a lot of other upcoming fighters in the middleweight division. Middleweight division is interesting at this point of time. I don't think Leon is going to add anything new to that division. For now, I think Leon versus Belal makes the most amount of sense in 2024 for the welterweight championship. Maybe international fight week. I don't think so. They're going to give Leon an international fight week. Maybe some London card, some Liverpool card. I don't know. He should fight in London or Liverpool. I don't know where. Basically, he should fight in Britain against Belal. That makes the most amount of sense for me. So I guess that's it for this video. You guys can write me in the comment section who you think Leon Edwards should defend his welterweight title against. Should it be against the current lightweight champion Makachev, who's probably ranked pound for pound number 2, maybe 1, I don't remember, or he should fight against the most deserving contender in the welterweight division, Belal, or the up and coming phenom, the nomad from Kazakhstan, Shavkat Rakhmonov. For me, I'm going to say Belal versus Leon for the welterweight championship in 2024. That's my opinion, though. And yeah, do subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers, and I want to get to 500 subscribers in the next 10 days, 10, 11 days before the end of this year. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and peace out, guys. Peace out.